Her name is Chanel Moten.
That's me.
Very close relationship, but I'm gonna let you tell the world how we know each other.
Well, hey y'all, I'm Chanel. This man right here, he married my mama a while back.
I did do that.
A long time ago. That's how I know him. But prior to that, I just knew him as my mom's best friend. So that was Uncle Greg.
That was my girl.
So now this is Stepdaddy Greg, aka Pops, aka G Reg, aka all that.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's who I am to you. That's my stepdaughter
that's my
right
deity.
there. But for now on, no more stepdaughter. You my daughter.
Period.
That's what that's
But
gonna
that's
be.
what you've always called me, though.
I always
you never
said
called
that.
me your stepdaughter.
I never did that.
Ever.
Never.
Even before you got married.
You right.
You remember that time you took me to your school when you worked at John Hope?
I do not remember this story.
You don't remember?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. And I asked you, can I go to work with you? This was before y'all was married.
Oh, you did.
And you and Chris was in we was in 7th grade. Me and Chris was in the same grade. He was going to work with you, I think.
Oh, and
He was in 7th or 8th grade, I think it was.
yeah, Chris transferred he came to John Hope, 7th grade. Sonny, where you at? Yeah.
Upstairs.
Oh, he upstairs with the grandkids. Okay.
But I ditched school one day. You let me come to work with you, and you introduced everybody to me like, this is my daughter. And I was like, yeah. And some security guard stopped me in the hallway. He was like, what you doing? Why you not in uniform? I'm like, I'm here with my dad. He was like, who is your dad? I'm like, Mr. Jackson. He was like, Mr. Jackson ain't got no daughter. I'm like, yes, he do. What you mean?
And she right here in the flesh, get it right.
Right. So that was a cool moment. You never called me your stepdaughter, so I appreciated that.
We keeping it real. We keeping it real.
Period.
That's that. But welcome and thank you for being here with me today. This is a very hard day for me. Usually I'll be up in the bedroom crying, come outside and act like everything go right. But this year I don't have to do that because I'm surrounded by my village. And you one of the strong pillars in my village. And I watched you from a kid and watched you grow into a grown woman. Remember you in a room studying, you built your desk up. I'm like, man, look at this girl, build her study area up. And, I just watched you and now you a leader, you an educator, molding minds. I am so proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
I just definitely I want you to know that. Before we get into it, at the beginning of my show, I like to show flowers to our black fathers out here. I really want to preach the word, and I want to not only preach it, but show it, give evidence that black fathers are out here, and they're in their homes, they're in their families, they're loving, they're crying, they're grieving, they're smiling. We're here. So at this time, I would like for you to let the world know about the father figures that you grew up under, and they did great things to help you grow and be successful.
Oh, I think I got I'm gonna say 3.
There we go. 3.
I got 2 fathers and then a category of fathers, if that makes sense. So
Hey,
I'm gonna
talk
start
to
with
'em.
them
I want
first.
all of them to get their flowers.
So my uncles, that's not just including my Uncle Femi, my Uncle Sean. I got uncles that's sitting over there that were a part of my upbringing. Shout out to KK and Jabo. Woo woo. They ain't even listening, but it's cool.
40 strong in the house.
40 strong. The uncles, the village like that. I got my uncles from the neighborhood. I got my daddy's close friends, my Uncle Femi's close friends, my Uncle Sean close friends. Like all of those were vital into my, growing into who I became. So I appreciate them always, all the time. And I feel like when I see people on the street, I say, oh, hey, uncle. And it's a legit uncle feel, They help me to become who I am. And I feel comfortable talking to them about things or, even just being a part of my milestones. So shout out to all my uncles.
Love it. Shout outs to all you all. You said I like the word village.
Yeah, my village.
Yeah, and there's a village of uncles out here. Shout outs.
Yes. And so then my dad, Steve Moten.
Shout out.
That's my big dog.
Go on, Steve.
Wouldn't be me without him. Lil Steve, that was almost my name, Stevie. But I'm Chanel. But that's my dad, my road dog, my homie. Granted, we didn't grow up in the house together because after 2000, my parents separated. But that was my dad was still in my life every day. I call him, talk to him every day. But most importantly, we did go through a time where I feel like all parents and kids go through, where you don't talk, you mad at each other because somebody did something, and it's like,
and Greg went through that. Yeah.
Man, I remember.
Yeah.
But it's like I was pregnant, and when the doctor told me, yeah, what you about to do? I'm like, oh, I'm about to go get my nails done. She said, no, I need you to go to the hospital. I'm like, what? She said, yeah, go to the hospital and give them this paper. So she was making me feel like everything was okay. Come to find out, my blood pressure was up and I was about to have a baby. Oh, wow. So the first person I called was my dad. And the first person at the hospital was my dad. And, you know, people were coming in the hospital and things like that. And I never forget, my grandma, his mom, was Nana. She was in the room with me and my dad. And the nurse was like, okay, I'm about to check you. And Nana was like, oh, hell no, I got to go. And my daddy was like, well, see you. Nana like, come on, Steve. He like, no, I'm not leaving my daughter. And I was like,
real talk.
Man, that made me feel good. Like, my daddy, he gonna stay right here with me. And then Nana was like, you gonna stay right there? He was like, I'm not looking at her, but I'm not gonna leave her side. And then it was at that moment, I'm like, man, I really love my dad. Like, so I named my baby after him, Chase Steven. So he's really important. And then last
Shouts
but
out
not
to Steve,
least,
though. Shouts out to Steve.
Big
I watched
Steve.
you. I know you, Steve. Daughter's doing well. Very good, man. I'm proud of you. Shouts out to you.
Yes. And then I got another dad.
Uh-oh. Huh?
That was in the home with me. So that's a difference. A lot of times parents, when they split up, it's hard having just a single mom or being in the house with a single dad. But I was able to have another dad figure in the home with me that was let me drive cars, Cadillacs, and what's the fast lane? I always ask
That's a Monte Carlo.
That's a
Heavy
Monte Carlo.
Chevy.
He let me drive his Monte Carlo. Like, you know, just having those vibes, waking up in the morning, cooking breakfast, talking about our day. And I wasn't used to having that with my dad because he wasn't in the home. So I appreciate you for giving me that opportunity to just be like, man, good morning. How you feeling today? So that means a lot.
Shouts out to me. I'm going to take that.
Yes.
Thank you. Because I did do that.
You did.
I was there.
You was there.
Thank you.
Every day.
Yes, I did. That's thank you, Chanel. I really, really appreciate that. Hey, Chanel. You got a bottle over there?
Yeah, it's about that time.
Man, let's go ahead and twist that up. While Chanel popping this bottle, I want to send shouts out to Ramon Thames, 40 Strong. Yeah, I heard you over there. Chanel wild all day, so she know what's going on. We lost a beautiful brother, a very supportive brother.
I just want to say that man right there, every chance he got, he told me, man, you a great ass mama. Every chance. He was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you're doing with your kid. Every time. And I just hate I ain't never get to say, I love you, Unc. That was part of my village. He's one of them.
Shouts out to you, brother. We had to take this time to shoot shouts out. Let's do champagne to him. That's what we gonna do. The community has really come together to support the Thames family. Wild. I want to thank you all for supporting the family. 40 Strong definitely stepped up in the leadership role, making sure his family is taken care of. Shouts out to the community. That's what the South Side do. We come together. When we lost one of our brothers, we got the men and the women out here surrounding their family with love. And I just want to make sure you all know that you all are loved, and our thoughts and prayers go out to you. Thames family, Ramon Thames. Love, you know it.
Definitely.
You good over there? You wiping
Yeah, I'm
tears
good.
away?
Yeah,
We got a little
you know.
tissue up there. You need some tissue?
Nah, I'm a gangster.
Whatever. She will get down though.
Nah, don't play.
Chanel, so let's get to it. This day, 2 years ago, January 28th, you lost your brother. Yeah. I remember you all down the hall. Y'all bedrooms was right across from one another. You had the north bedroom, he had the south bedroom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, you slept next to that man, you know, a lot. When he come over on the weekends, stay for weeks during the summer. You all built the bond. I didn't even know y'all bond became so great. You know, I watched y'all in the back in the pool, kicking it, doing y'all thing. But y'all y'all really locked in, y'all clicked, and it was beautiful to watch. So I just want to ask, on that day, how did you find out what happened, and how did the rest of that day go when you lost your brother?
So I feel like, most of us are teachers in this family, so we were all kind of in the same predicament. I was coming back from my lunch period. It was COVID, so January we had just started back our hybrid, like Monday, Tuesday on, off and such. So I was coming back from lunch, and my mom called me, and she said, "Greg been shot. I need you to come to the hospital." Very calm. So I'm like, okay, let me stay calm. My mom is calm. I'm like, is he okay? She was like, just come to the hospital. She wasn't like, I could tell like she had been upset about it, but she was calm. So in my head, I'm driving. Well, I wasn't driving. The security guard at my school, the police officer, he drove me down there. And I was just in my head like, Lord, I just hope he okay. I hope he okay. Just, Lord, just wait till I get there. Just he'll be okay. Just, and I'm crying and oh, let me rewind.
Okay.
I'm in the office clocking out. Well, attempting to clock out. They told me don't clock out. Sundell called me. And he was like, what's up, gangster? You good? I'm like, yeah. Like, he heard the tears in my voice. He was like, I was just checking on you, making sure you knew. So at that point, I'm like, something going on. It's something bigger than this. And then I just start getting messages on Instagram. So I'm like, I'm not even going to look at my phone. So we pull up to the hospital, and all I see is my big brother Chris, like, spazzing, like, oh, my brother, like. So I jump out the car while it's moving. And I'm like, the security guard at my job, like, wait. I just hop out the car. He was like, you know him? I'm like, that's my brother. And I just hop out the car. And Chris, oh, Lord. Chris was all in the police officer face. And I just went and I just grabbed Chris. I don't know if you remember that, brother. I just grabbed him real tight because I just wanted him like, I'm here. I got you. Like, and though I'm not the oldest, Chris is the oldest, but I always feel like the big sister. So I just had to embrace him like, man. And then it was like Nunu was crying, Elle was crying, everybody. I couldn't cry just yet. Because I was trying to just keep everybody together. Like, it's okay, we got this. Like, I'm here for y'all. And then it took for me to drive away and really break down like, man, this is really real. This is real. And it's still to this day, it's like I can't feel like it was real. Just sitting here, I'm like, it's been 2 years.
Yeah. After you left the hospital, you said you had to drive and cry by yourself. Where did you go when you left? Where did you?
I actually went to stay with Nicole.
Yeah.
In my eyes, I'm like, I couldn't imagine losing Chase, my only kid,
Yeah.
So I ended up staying with her for like a week straight.
Yeah.
Like, didn't go to work, probably didn't shower, brush my teeth or nothing.
I remember going to Nicole's house like during that time. She wasn't even forming sentences.
She was speaking different languages.
Like, she was in a different language. I was like,
it was scary.
It was very scary. It took her like, was it like 3 or 4 days to start formulating sentences, I think. That was so scary. Yeah.
I think that kept me from grieving too.
Yeah.
Trying to help, be there for somebody else.
Yeah, we need that in the family, Everybody do what they do to make the family go,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Thank you for saying that day with us. We ain't drink none of this champagne yet.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Cheers.
Ramon, thanks. Lil Greg. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I got one more question for you. In my mind, the media, they portrayed only a certain part of Greg, and there was so much more to him. So I'm going to ask that you just share one of your stories that you know of Greg that the media missed out on that you feel like the world should know about your brother.
I think the media just missed out on him being a person. Like, yeah, he was friends with who he was friends with. He hung out with who he did, but like you said, that was your son. That was my brother. That was our brother. That was our cousin. You know, nephew. Like he's a human. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody tried to just, hey, you know what I'm going with this. They tried to make it seem like he was a celebrity. I ain't gonna lie, he was a celebrity in his own way.
I did not know he was as popular as he was.
Yeah,
you know,
he was real popular.
I know he was cool and he had swag, but
yeah.
I had no idea so many people loved and respected him.
Yes.
Because that's when I got into social media, like trying to understand everything that happened, because I'm not in that, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, people out here love my son.
They love my brother.
Man,
yeah.
And I thank the world, all that stuff I saw on social media, all the love that you all sent out, that helped me so much. So I want you all to know that I appreciated all that. It really helped me through a tough time. Yeah, that was real. Yeah, that was real.
So, we got so many funny times together. Just imagine us supposed to be asleep in our own rooms.
Y'all want to sleep when y'all supposed to be asleep.
Especially when we got friends over. He had his boys' friends over. I had my girls' friends over. We would just sneak and be in each other's rooms, or, you know, after they basketball games, they'll come get in my bed, and I used to treat them so mean. Like, would y'all get out of my bed? Yeah. And they used to just always want to be up under me, and I never understood that because I never had like a significantly older sibling. Like, I am the oldest between me and Shanaira, so it was like, I never had that, like, oh man, let me go mess with my big sister. Yeah. So my most fondest memory is sitting right here. Maybe like a few months before he passed. We had a siblings night. Cause we started like,
y'all did.
Yeah, we made tacos in your apartment.
Yes, y'all did.
So Greg lights wasn't working. Lil Greg, my brother, lights wasn't working downstairs. So we went upstairs to your place and made the tacos, and we came back down here. So I think Chase was like maybe about to be 2, and Messiah was maybe like 6 months or something like that. So he was sitting right there. Yeah. We was playing the games, and we played that game with the mouthpiece, and he was trying to talk it out.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Man,
come on now. Crank. No. Crank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. It's them F's. Yeah.
Hansies. Huh?
Hansies.
Hansies.
Fancy.
Fancy. Particular.
What?
Particular. Parties. Yeah.
Oh, parties.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, these two.
Alright. Whining. About.
We had so much fun, and it was like, okay, we had our siblings night. Let's start doing this more often. Because granted, we never missed a beat in each other's lives. Birthdays, I don't care if nobody showed up. Greg, like, I'm pulling up. So it's like, man, we had times like that. I remember Dominique, God rest his soul too.
Yes.
We went in the basement out there in Olympia Fields.
Okay.
And I called myself liking Dominique, and you was like, man, don't make me that boy.
Dominique is a handsome guy, man. He's so embarrassed. Stay away from my daughter. What's wrong with you, man?
Nah, for sure.
I know your kind. But Dominique was a beautiful person.
Man, he was. He was real dope. He made me want to go to Howard. Because remember, he went to Howard.
He sure did, yeah.
But we had so many memories going out of town for his birthday to the water parks. Him just showing up to my baby shower and was like, man, I'm about to be an uncle. And he was just so happy about that. Like, this is my first nephew. I'm so excited. He was like, well, what you gonna name him? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But it's just like when you have a brother.
There he is right there. There he is. Come here, Chase. Come say hi. Come say hi, Chase. Come here. Come on, Spider-Man. Come on, grandson.
Hey.
Want y'all to see my grandson, Chase.
Look, maybe at the camera say
hey. Yeah.
So that's the little one. But when you have a sibling, like, you can't think of just one memory that y'all had. Y'all had so many, especially in our time frame. Like, even before, no offense to you, even before I even liked Big Greg, and I even welcomed him as my stepdad or even a father figure. Like, I didn't want him to say nothing to me, but even before that, I was called Lil Greg. Yeah.
We did fight through that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
But even before that, I'm just saying, even before that, Greg was always my brother. He was my brother before he was my stepdaddy. And that's how we got so close. Like, all right, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm glad that you all bonded like that. It was great. Yeah. And thank you, Chanel. Thank you for coming to share your story, letting the world know about Greg and helping me get through this day.
This helped me get through the day.
All right. Thank you all, Daddy's Podcast. Peace.
We out.